Let's spend a few moments talking about just-in-time inventory. Now, a lot of people think that just-in-time inventory was invented by the Japanese. They certainly have perfected it in the last 5 decades. But back in the early 1900s, an American auto manufacturer had a fire, and because they lost a lot of inventory, they started rethinking about how they would manage their inventory. And so they came out with this kind of idea of just-in-time. They actually called it hand-to-mouth inventory at the time. And it actually lived on until the early 30s. You think about around the Great Depression, and then it kind of died off. The Japanese, of course, then picked it up when they rethought their their manufacturing schema in the 50s and the 60s with the help of W. Edwards Deming. Now, let's talk for a moment about the perils of just-in-time inventory, and we'll talk briefly about what happened in Japan in the spring of 2011. There was a large earthquake, there was a tsunami, there was a problem at a very large nuclear reactor. Thousands of people died. And it took 6+ months for Japanese automakers based in the United States and probably other places in the world to really feel a difference with the inventory losses that they suffered because of using just-in-time inventory. Think about it like this. If there's a specific engine component, say it's a state-of-the-art computerized thing, whatever, that they got from Japan, because of this earthquake and tsunami, this huge natural disaster, the shipment and manufacture and shipment of those items was completely stopped. So if a Toyota manufacturer in South Carolina had, say, I don't know, 100 of those on hand when the tsunami hit, then they could use those to manufacture 100 cars. And as soon as they were finished with manufacturing those 100 cars, they were out of that component. When they're out of that component, there's nowhere else to get it. They have to rely on the Japanese manufacturer to produce it. They have to wait for that manufacturer to recover. So that is a situation that we actually are currently seeing unfolding. But those kinds of things can affect just-in-time processes. What's interesting, though, is that reverse. Going back to that story of the Olds manufacturer, if you don't use just-in-time manufacturing, and then you have a fire or you have a disaster like a hurricane, a tsunami, a monsoon, tornado, I could name them all, then you would lose the inventory that you had, and then you couldn't produce, even if you could get your manufacturing operation back up after a horrible disaster. So again, just-in-time inventory process is really important for manufacturers. It does save them money. It allows them to save on storage space. They don't have to store components, lots and lots of components for a long time. It makes their ordering process more seamless. It actually goes back into the marketing concept of the pull and the push process. So if you use just-in-time, where you get items just in time to use them, then you are engaging in what's called pull. So you are pulling the items from the manufacturer, as opposed to the manufacturer saying, hey, I've got 100 of these great components. Aren't you going to be making 100 cars soon? Shouldn't you be buying these little components? It doesn't work that way anymore. We definitely see that just-in-time is based very much on that pull strategy.